Neje lasers. This is their Max4 V2, and I bought the extension kit. When I was researching this, I didn't see too many videos of this setup. There's a few, but not a lot. And my primary goal with this is, at the moment, to be able to cut black foam board or dark foam board for RC airplane projects. I do have some other things in mind that will not use foam board, but for now, this is kind of what I wanted to work with. So I thought I'd do a quick, not really a review, but just kind of showing what I did with this Neje and kind of go from there. I've been playing with CNCs and lasers and 3D printers for a while, so I didn't think this would be too big a stretch to put together. And it's pretty straightforward, although if you haven't put together anything along those lines, there's a little bit of a challenge with this. It sort of comes together. If you use the extension kit, there's a few other odds and ends that you kind of need to play with. Certainly doable for somebody that's well technically inclined, but it's a little bit more than just a plug and play system. If you don't get the extension kit, you can't get a full 20-inch by 30-inch foam board piece on here. And again, I wanted to be able to do that. For the enclosure, there are of course lots and lots of designs for enclosures. I built different enclosures for different machines. But for this one, I just used inch-thick insulation board with a very simple frame we put together. These are 3D printed kind of angled parts that helps hold this together. The vacuum system was something that I really wanted to make sure we had a good handle on so we could evacuate fumes and stuff out of here. So instead of putting this on the outside, which a lot of folks do and certainly works fine, obviously here we've got this mounted inside. And then for the vent, we took the glass out of the window there for the top frame and then just covered it with a board and then 3D printed a cap here. Really nice tight fit there so we can get our fumes out. There's the inside. And then just sealed up the outside with silicone. I'm still in the process of neatening this up. Obviously the vac pump is just hanging right there, and I want to make this a little bit more presentable. But for the time being, and I just got this fully assembled or functional a couple weeks ago, so I thought I would show this where we are right now. But again, there's just the green insulation foam board, keep everything light. For the window here, I always am kind of overly cautious when it comes to lasers, so this was, I think, purchased from J-Tech, and this was all certified and checked out so that this is safe for laser. And then on top of that, I usually wear these just in case. But these pieces are 3D printed just to hold that in there. And other than the green foam for the outside, this is just door skin material that we used for the cover. And just a very quickly thrown together rolling cart here for our computer, an old laptop. And this is an ancient laptop. This is an even older laptop that I use for the CNC. I think these old laptops, you can often get them for free or dirt cheap. And for running simple stuff like this, they work just fine. This is a diode laser, so it's obviously not a CO2 laser. When it comes to cutting foam board, white foam board will not be cut with this. You can kind of etch it a little bit, but you really can't cut white foam board or anything that's white or clear with a diode laser. This is foam board from the Dollar General, Dollar Tree store, and the foam on the inside might look kind of white on the camera, but it's really a gray, and it cuts beautifully. This was, I think we did 5 passes. It would cut it in fewer passes, but the more passes you do at a lighter load or a lighter percentage, the less burn you have, so the cleaner your cut. And this goes so fast. For this kind of goofy disc airplane here, we've got our fuselage there, or our kind of center mount. And then for the circle here, for this flying disc, that was cut in about 2 minutes. So it goes really, really quickly with that. And for the lines, the clean lines here, it just came out really, really well. When it comes to software for this Neje, I've used Lightburn for other lasers and for other machines. There's that old Otor laser that's up on the wall there, and Lightburn is fantastic. With that said, I've had a real problem with getting Lightburn to run smoothly on this one. It would connect and disconnect. I've checked drivers, I've checked settings, I've checked everything. So Lightburn was really problematic with this. We eventually probably could get it to work, and I may revisit that at some point, but for the time being, to get back to some simple projects, and I didn't need anything complicated, I've been using the Neje software. So it comes with a very basic software package sort of thing. You can go to the Neje website and download the software for it. And it's very, very, very basic. But if you design your work in something else and bring it into Neje or into this Neje software as a DXF, everything works really, really well. Just turn this on, just doing a quick little homing and kind of getting it set up. For folks that have played with lasers, everybody knows what Lightburn looks like and feels like. This obviously is not Lightburn. This looks like software that was made 15, 20 years ago. But it does work absolutely fine. The controls are very basic. The inputs are very basic. There are a few videos online, but you can figure this out pretty fast. It's really not complicated. So right click, bring in your DXF. You can bring in G-code from another file. I haven't played with that too much, but just bring in your DXF stuff and then and then set up your settings as far as the number of passes, the percentage of power that you want to use, and things like that. For the controls here, and again, this video is not a real in-depth video on software or how to operate this machine, but this is just your framing square, so you can frame the part that you're working on. You've got some simple overrides, some very basic tips for jogging around. We can just move this real simple, the Z-axis up and down, and a few other things. Now, this Neje does have a motorized Z-axis, so with the corresponding software and designing it that way, you can cut kind of like a CNC. You can go up and down, you can do changes in your depths of cut. But for the stuff that I'm working on here, this is just real simple 2D stuff, kind of like most of the stuff I did with that CNC over there. And it works fine. So you can set up your very basic settings here. And quite honestly, for someone that's just getting into laser stuff, this is fine. You can't get too lost in the weeds with this. Kind of coming back around to the enclosure and some of our setup stuff here. This is a cheap variable speed controller from, I think, Harbor Freight. And that's connected to this vac here so that we can control the speed of our fan, the speed of our evacuation for the fumes. Super simple, super easy, pretty affordable way to go about it. For the extension here, again, some of the changes that I made, this is normally something that is mounted on the inside underneath the rails here, and the manual tells you how to do that. But because we were setting this up kind of on our own, we had to make some adjustments and change it around. So that's just screwed on to the supports there, and it works fine. So sort of wrapping up, and as noted, this is not an in-depth video on this machine or this setup or the software or anything. It's just kind of a shot across the bow as far as what this machine does and what it can do. From what I understand, you can cut pretty thick wood with this. And I've done a little bit of wood test engraving here, just in some of the setup stuff. So it obviously, once you get it tuned in, it does work fine. I 3D printed a little set mount here so that we can get our distance, our 25 millimeters set up onto our surface. I did order, obviously, here this honeycomb from the Neje folks, so this came in. It's pretty good. The nice thing about this is it's steel here, so you can hold down your stuff, keep it all in one place. So as we work on different projects and things, I'll certainly share the results and how we have our workflow and things set up from there. This was sort of a first test piece here with this foam board. And again, these cuts are beautiful. They are super, super clean. It's very nice to see that, because to cut foam, typically you need a CO2 laser. And the costs, the complexity, the need for chillers, the need for more space, especially in this tiny shop, is just not something I had right now. So we kind of crammed this into the corner, and that was pretty much the only spot that we could get that in here with. So that's where we are. But thanks for taking a look, and we'll go from there.